The intentions of the first English settlers in Virginia were to strike it rich, acquiring mineral wealth as the Spanish had over the last 100 years, and to return home to London with their pockets full. However, the only golden objects of value found near the Chesapeake were the yellow ears of corn planted by the local tribes. Corn production was not the get-rich-quick scheme the Virginia Company envisioned when they established a joint stock company. Had the settlers not found a lucrative venture in the New World, England's colonies would have failed. Instead, from 1607 to the end of the French and Indian War in 1763, England's colonial claims in North America grew, and the empire became the preeminent economic and political force of the continent. This unit will discuss how and why the Chesapeake Bay and southern Atlantic coastal colonies became prosperous exporting tobacco. At the same time, the Virginia Company was establishing Jamestown to seek gold in North America. It had also sent ships to the Caribbean to establish an English foothold in the West Indies. Spain had long since exhausted its colonies' gold resources, but it continued to profit immensely from the growth of luxury crops like sugar and tobacco. England intended to replicate this success on islands like Jamaica, Barbados, and Bermuda. One of the colonists on this West Indies voyage was John Rolfe, a businessman seeking to undercut Spanish imports to the English Empire. Before departing Bermuda on a supply ship destined for Jamestown, Rolfe was able to acquire the seeds of a tobacco plant being grown by the Spanish on a neighboring island of Trinidad. How he got these seeds is still a mystery because Spain had declared a penalty of death to anyone selling such seeds to non-Spaniards. But this strain was world-renowned for its smooth and sweet taste. Once in Virginia, Rolfe worked to create a hybrid plant that had the tasteful qualities of the tropical Spanish strain with the bitter and unpopular Virginia strains that grew well in the more temperate climates of the Chesapeake. His success would create an industry that was worth more than gold and ensure English settlement in North America would be permanent. Rolfe's tobacco also sowed the seeds of slavery in the colonies that would eventually become the United States. Tobacco was considered a poor man's crop because of its low cost and quick growing season. Soon it seemed every tillable acre of Virginia soil was green with the bewitching weed. As the world demanded more English tobacco, so did the demand for labor increase in Virginia. While England would meet most of these needs through indentured servants, an African slave trade also developed early on in Virginia history. The first recorded sale of African slaves in the southern colonies took place in 1619 when a Dutch warship moored near the Jamestown harbor and sold 20 Africans to local tobacco farmers. By the end of the 17th century, nearly 15% of Virginia's population would be African slaves.